How's it going, everyone? Just having some issues here. I'm trying to get things organized over here. I'm gonna get this stream properly shared out. Just gotta get it. I think on Twitter. I think I have it on Discord already. So. Give me 1 second here. The irony of ads showing on my stream right now. Hey, look, my stream has ads that I won't get money for. All right. Tweet that out. All right. All right, I think we're good. How's it going, everyone? Hopefully you're having a lovely day. Today we're going to be talking about Switch hardware sales, software sales. Give me a second here. I'm actually going to get that sales data up on my end so I can show you guys that. We will also be talking about, where is it here? We'll also be talking about the Xbox Series X/S because the reviews are out for those platforms. They release next week. Obviously, we're still waiting for the embargo for the reviews for the PlayStation 5 as well. So, you know, we got some time to go here. There it is. That's what I need to open right there. All right, close all these. So I'll show you guys this here in a little bit when we go over the hardware and software. But this is a live stream. This is Nintendo Prime Live. We will be giving away an eShop gift card at the end of the stream. So be sure to stick around to the end. I'll explain how to enter at that time. Yeah. Otherwise, I'm going to try to shout out everyone that I can. Everyone who wants a shout out. It's time to try to shout everyone out that I can that's here in the chat. So we got Raul Moreno here, Lua Stranin, Mako, Cyphus Gaming, Gustavo Facchio is here, John P is here, Rockstar ST, Christopher Lockhart, Only It's Me, Read One, Bass Boy Liff is here. Let's see here. Animated Blob is here. C. Lewis is here. Foxy Boy. YT is here. Welcome. Cephas Gaming, I think I said hi to already. What's going on? Edgar Garcia Alcaraz is here. Let's see here. Segwin the Pikachu fan is here. Welcome. Kirby Geek 4 is here. Emania is here. Scrolling on down. Charles Trudel is here. Brian C is here. Welcome, man. We got Chicken Wings 55 is here. Maybe. Harry Lewis 420 is here. Liam Martin. Timothy Lee. Let's see here. Scrolling down. Lucero Moreno. Gloveme Gaming. Alpha Assassin. Billy Bean. Corey Bohm is here. Alex Zavala is here. A guy from the internet is here. What a name. Let's see here. Liam Martin. Appa shoulda be the avatar. I don't get that, but all right. Big Bird is here. Let's see here. Kirby Geek is here. Harry Lewis, I think I already said hi to. Swerno is here. Gold Pop Tart is here. Joel Sakara. Or Scaria. Let's see here. Ellie Dodger is here. Flippin is here. I Am Vegan Man is here. Let's see here. Jaboy Fox is here. Kyle Sittenerowski. I don't know. Probably butchered that one. Isabel's Channel is here. Eddie Sanchez. Onabus is here. Daffy Duck is here. Adnan I is here. John is here. Not Ryan is here. Harry Olinsky. Luke Skywalker is here. Luke. I am your father. Zakaria Balta is here. Electric Godzilla Gaming. I think that's it. Optimus Dianti is here. Peanut Butter. think that's everyone. I think I shouted out everyone that I can. So thank you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let's get right into the fiscal stuff, shall we? From Nintendo. Let me add this here. Make this part of the. I need to do display capture. 1 second here. That is the one I want. Sure, we'll full screen that bad boy. Why not? So let's go over the second quarter results. Fiscal year ending March 2021. This comes straight from Nintendo today. So as we scroll down here, you see consolidated financial results and outlook. You'll see all this stuff about how much money they made. They basically made a shitload of money. We're not going to go into all the particulars. You can see a breakdown of where the revenue comes from the Americas, Europe, other, and Japan. As you can see, Europe makes up a slightly bigger portion than Japan does. The United States and South America are technically combined. But yeah, that makes up, I shouldn't just say, North America and South America are combined. But North America makes up a majority of these sales. But yeah, that's 40.5%. 77.5% of their sales are considered overseas. Gross profits, all that jazz, 434 billion yen. Happens. All right, let's get into the stuff that you guys care about. So first off, we have the sales status of the Nintendo Switch on the sell-in. So the hardware for fiscal year 21 in quarter 1 and quarter 2, because they just wrapped up quarter 2, is at 12.53 million units. That includes the Nintendo Switch base system that sold 8.36 million, and the Switch Lite that sold 4.17. That's 80% over increase. It's a pretty much 81% increase over the sales of last time. During these 2 quarters as well, 14.27 million units of Animal Crossing New Horizons sold. Of note, Animal Crossing New Horizons released in the launch month of last fiscal year. So this is just this current fiscal year. We'll get to overall sales for that in a bit. Super Mario 3D All-Stars, we have the sales figures in for that now. 5.21 million. Technically does not crack the top 10 sales software on Switch. Maybe it will after the holidays. But yeah, that's a really good selling game. Whether or not it goes much higher than the 5.21, I have no idea. But for a collection pack of games, I'm pretty sure Nintendo's pretty happy with those sales. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe over this time period sold 4.21 million. Ring Fit Adventure with 3.11. These are like the big notable ones during this sales period. Number of million seller titles this year. There are 20 titles, including 15 Nintendo titles, and then 5 titles by other publishers. I went over this in the video I released about an hour ago about the strong sell-through momentum. Right now, they are selling in quarter 2 and quarter 1 more than they sold in the previous year. Now, you'll see this massive increase in Switch Lite sales in quarter 1. That's because Nintendo Switch was out of stock. So people were buying up the Lite systems because there was no other Switches available. But even then, the OG Switch is outpacing prior year's quarter 1s, including the launch of the Switch Lite. So that is really good news for Nintendo. We now know the Switch has sold 68.3 million units. So yeah, it is more than 63. It's more than 68. Nintendo first-party software sell-through. So what you're seeing here are sales year-on-year increases. So Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has a 145% year-on-year increase. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has a 9% decrease year-on-year. Breath of the Wild has a 114% year-on-year increase. Super Mario Party has 124% year-on-year. Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe 102%. Mario Odyssey 114%. Splatoon 2 162%. So this is in comparison to 2019, last fiscal year. The sell-through for Super Mario 3D All-Stars, first 4 weeks, it sold 3.5 million units. Digital sales. So they have a 139.4% increase in digital sales this year. So yeah, COVID, this is where you're seeing the massive COVID stuff right here is in this 139.4% number. This is the huge impact of COVID, worldwide pandemic. Like Nintendo's never seen digital sales like they've seen this past year. And you can see downloadable versions of packaged software. You can see the slow increase here. So 26.4 to 38 to 60, 68 down to 40. And then you can obviously see the download-only software, which, is always digital, but even that saw a nice little bump and increase here all the way topping out at 32.6. But it's that downloadable versions of packaged software, massive increases. That's COVID impact right there. That's where you're seeing the Animal Crossing. You're seeing Paper Mario listed here. Super Mario 3D All Stars, and then you see DLC, Kirby Fighters 2, Nintendo Switch Online, all that jazz. Some new products that they have offered this year, all the way through the end of the year. Not just for them, but it's from third parties as well. These are the hardware things. So we have the Mario Kart Live stuff. Obviously, we have that Game & Watch thing they have a limited edition on, Super Mario Bros. 35. And then you have Cadence of Hyrule. They added some DLC to that. I don't remember what game this is, or this game. Might be Japan only. Just Dance 2021. Don't remember the name of this game, or this game, or this game, although this one looks more familiar. Immortals Phoenix Rising, that comes out December 3rd. So you see some more games listed here. Pikmin 3. You have the DLC for Pokemon, Age of Calamity, Fitboxing 2, etc., 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 etc. These are kind of the offerings they've had from October through December. Some big names in there, some not so big names. I'm really looking forward to Immortals Phoenix Rising. I can't wait to play that one. Now you can see their mobile stuff here, where they got their mobile IP stuff. So yeah, this is 19.9, 26.7, 33.9, blah 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 blah. A bunch of money figures there for that. Here's their million seller first party this fiscal year. So you have Animal Crossing New Horizons, 3D All Stars, Mario Kart 8, Ring Fit Adventure, Paper Mario: The Origami King, Breath of the Wild, Smash Ultimate, Mario Party, Clubhouse Games, Mario Bros. U Deluxe, Pokemon Sword and Shield, Odyssey, Luigi's Mansion 2, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, and Splatoon 2. This is a bunch of key indicators for where sales are happening, digital sale indicators. This is supplementary info, so we can do. We're gonna go look at this one here next, I think. Yeah, let's just open this right now. So as you can see here, this is where you see the Nintendo Switch is at its 68.3 million units. It is now the second best selling Nintendo home console of all time. All it has left to pass is the Wii, but now we can start talking about it passing handheld numbers as well. It's clearly going to pass the Nintendo 3DS this fiscal year. Maybe even the Game Boy Advance. We'll have to wait and see on the sales figures. Nintendo did increase their sales projections, by the way, to, what was it? From 19 million to 24 million. Then we can see the top 10 sales in units. Now, what's notable here is that Animal Crossing is still behind Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Some people thought Animal Crossing might pass Mario Kart 8 Deluxe by now, but it's still behind by almost 3 million units. Now, some people think that Animal Crossing might pass Mario Kart 8 Deluxe this holiday. I don't know about that because if you guys remember, I did a video on this. Nintendo is bundling Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with Switches again this holiday. I think Switches are going to sell out this holiday. That's going to artificially increase Mario Kart 8 Deluxe sales. So I don't think Animal Crossing is going to pass Mario Kart 8 Deluxe this holiday, but maybe it will at some point next year. Either way, it is the second best-selling game on Switch. Smash Bros. Ultimate has been updated. It is now an official 20 million seller at 21. Breath of the Wild is still just behind that 20 million mark. However, if you include Wii U sales, it's definitely ahead of that. Yeah, this is probably going to cross 20 million by the end of holidays. I presume it'll be able to sell, 260,000 units or so over the holiday period. I don't think that's expecting too much. Will Sword and Shield end up hitting 20 million? I don't know. Maybe. Mario Odyssey's here at 19. Could that get to 20 million? I don't know. Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee has 12 and a half. Super Mario Party still going strong at 12 million there. Splatoon 2 at 11.27, and then New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe rounds out that top 10 for Nintendo. Will this get replaced by Super Mario 3D All Stars? I don't know. Will it get replaced by Age of Calamity? I have no idea. So there's a lot to consider here when you're looking at the sales data. Was there anything else we could have looked at here at the bottom that they had linked? Let me just glance here. Scrolling on down. I mean, this is where they have all their TBA stuff. I talked about that in another video. Earnings release, financial highlights, top selling, historical data. What's this one? Yeah, this doesn't really give you much. All right, I think that's it for now. There was a Q&A thing as well, or that happens tonight or something. But we'll cover that when more information comes out. So yeah, that's kind of the software, hardware, sales data. What are you guys thinking? Will Immortal Phoenix Rising, let me correct you, it's not called Gods and Monsters anymore, sell 20 million by end of the year? No. I know it's multi-platform, but no. I'd be surprised if that even cracks 10 million across all platforms. Does it deserve to sell more? Probably. But will it? I feel like it's being overlooked. So if you guys have other questions that aren't related to the Nintendo hardware software sales data, please save that for the Q&A section later. Right now, I'm just taking comments and questions on the Nintendo Switch hardware and software sales. So again, if you have other questions like related to that Ryzen stuff that came out today, or anything else not related to these topics specifically, please wait until I say we're gonna have that Q&A section coming. If you're asking, hey, when's the giveaway? It's at the end of the stream. Don't worry about it right now. Let's see here. It saddens me that Sword and Shield are barely behind Breath of the Wild. I mean, they are, I think, the second most popular Pokemon game of all time now in the mainline series, if I remember right. Well, in terms of sales, anyways. I think Nintendo needs to announce that Switch Pro. That won't be announced this year. What's up, Hemcash? Welcome to the stream. PS5 or Xbox Series X? Again, Jacob Vader, that's a question to ask later at the end of the stream or at the Q&A section of the stream. Do you think Nintendo Switch will break 100 million lifetime sales? Good question. Good question. Yes. Yes. They're going to be at 75 to 80 million by the end of this fiscal year. Absolutely, they're cracking 100. Absolutely, it's going to pass the Nintendo Wii. The question is, will it pass Game Boy, that's at 118 million, and then will it pass DS? That's 150 something. I think it has a chance to pass Game Boy. We'll have to wait on DS. Switch Pro and how long they're going to keep this gen going, and the release slate of games are really going to determine how long they can keep the sales going. Can you eat a whole pizza by yourself? Can I? Absolutely. Do I? Not anymore. I don't anymore. But yeah, back in my I don't care what I'm eating, throw everything in my mouth days. Oh, I could eat multiple large pizzas, extra large pizzas on my own. Unless it's like Chicago style. That's different. But like just a normal pizza, get a couple XL pizzas from like Domino's or whatever, hand tossed. Dude, I used to be able to toss down like 3 or 4 of those bad boys. It was kind of gross, to be honest. But yeah, can I still eat a whole pizza? Yes. Do I eat whole pizzas anymore? No. I don't really even have pizza anymore. Why did I even answer that question? Save that crap for the Q&A section. We're just talking Nintendo right now. If 2021 Switch games are what it's projected to be, it will be a year I go bankrupt. I just skipped school to watch. Don't be skipping school to watch a live stream. Come on, make better choices. Do you think YouTube will ever fix what they did to you? No. Again, we could talk about that in the Q&A section. All right, I guess people aren't really asking a lot of questions about the Nintendo stuff, which is fine. Zakira Balta said, what do you think the new Nintendo Switch will have different? So a lot of people asking like Switch Pro stuff. I guess people don't have many questions about the sales. They just happen. As for the Xbox Series X/S reviews, they're in. And they're kind of weird. So the Series X reviews don't tell us anything we don't already know. The problem the Series X reviews have is there's still review embargoes on all of the third-party games. So NBA 2K21, or that has a massive update for next gen, they can't talk about it yet. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, that has massive updates for next gen, they can't talk about it yet. So because there's no exclusive games, they can't talk about anything that hasn't already been talked about. So the reviews for the Series X end up being kind of pointless because they're just the things that people want to know, like what does next-gen gaming actually feel like, can't happen because they don't have any next-gen games. Like, they can't talk about those games. Those games are still review embargoed. So they're kind of stuck doing these weird reviews where they're talking about a platform and a UI that we already have on the Xbox One, but like they talk about quick resume, they talk about loading times. These are things we already know about. The Xbox Series X reviews feel strange because the only thing we can learn are games, but the games are embargoed. So because they're embargoed, we don't know. We just don't know. So the gist of the Xbox Series X reviews are you learn nothing. Nothing you don't already know because the things we need to know or want to know are things that are still embargoed. So that's one reason why I think the Series X reviews are kind of pointless right now, because we need to have games. And the thing is, I don't know that it's worth reviewing the Series X until you can also review the PlayStation 5 and until the third-party game review embargoes are up. Because think about this, right? You can review it as a single standalone platform. And yeah, you can talk about its features, you can talk about the backwards compatibility and the quick resume and the load times. So these are things that have already been talked about, and all of them work really well. The things we want to know is what's next-gen gaming actually feel like, what's it look like, and we still don't know. And we don't know how this platform compares to a PlayStation 5. That's something that people are going to want to know in reviews, because they're going to want to know, hey, if I don't care about Demon's Souls, and I don't care about Sony exclusives, and I'm someone that plays Call of Duty, I'm someone that plays Assassin's Creed, I'm someone that plays Madden, I play these third-party games. I am a multi-platform AAA gamer. I play third-party games, and I want to buy the system that is the best of the best for the best-looking, best-performing multi-platform third-party games, because there is an audience for that. There's a massive audience that buy their systems because they want the best-looking and performing multi-platform third-party games. We still don't know, because they can't talk about those games. And they obviously can't talk about it in comparison to PlayStation 5. So they can't tell us the information that people actually want to know in these reviews. So to me, the reviews are kind of pointless, probably until after the PlayStation 5 launches. And then we can finally start to get some real comparisons between the systems and get some real comparisons in a review fashion about what are reasons that you should buy this system, what are reasons you should buy this system, what are reasons you shouldn't buy either of them. Now, the Xbox Series S is a bit more interesting. The reviews for the Series S are more interesting. I have read and watched, I don't know, a half dozen reviews, maybe a dozen total if you include the reading and the watch together, because there's a lot of questions about the Series S, because Microsoft hasn't been featuring it. A lot of the stuff they talk about we know, but it's nice to see some performance metrics, since we didn't have performance metrics before for the same games that are on Series X. And now you can kind of cross-compare performance metrics between the X and the S. The takeaway is, obviously, the S needs more storage. 364 available gigs of storage is hardly anything. Granted, all these platforms need more storage, so okay. You also, performance-wise, everything seems to be pretty par for the course. If you just care about 1440p and 1080p, you're golden. You plug it into a 4K TV, it's going to look muddy and blurry in comparison to a Series X. Duh, it's not outputting 4K and 4K assets. But if you get up to a 1440p monitor, 1080p TV or monitor, everything looks just as good pretty much as it does on the Series X, just at that native resolution. So I think that's the grand takeaway, is the Series S, actually, for what it's touted to do, is fine. It's good even. But people are more worried about how that Series S is going to be in like 3 years. You know, you get 3 years from now, is the Series S really going to be able to keep up? That is the question a lot of people have, and Microsoft doesn't really have an answer for it, and that's the question a lot of reviews ask. For what it does now, it takes a lot of the Xbox Series X games and makes them look fantastic at 1080p and 1440p, almost indiscernible beyond resolution differences. Beyond, you know, even like frame rate differences. There's not a lot of frame rate differences. But in 3 years, is that still going to be the case with true next-gen games? I don't know. We'll have to wait to find out. Obviously, there's some concern over games like Elder Scrolls. You know, the new Elder Scrolls 6, like, is that going to be held back because of the S? Again, the questions we have about the S holding things back are things that we can't answer yet, because next-gen games aren't even allowed to be played on it, so we don't even know, or allowed to be talked about anyway. So again, another review embargo needs to be lifted. But yeah, it performs great. You're just going to have lower resolutions and lower graphic settings at times because it has less GPU power. Same CPU, a little bit less RAM, but if you're not pushing the GPU as much, do you really need as much RAM? So there's some give and take. I think for 1080p gaming, the Series S is going to hold up great. 1440p gaming, I think it's going to hold up fine for a while before next gen really gets pushed, and then you might see it kind of chug at 1440p. But, yep. The Series S actually, to me, doesn't look too bad, beyond the fact that you need external storage. But in my opinion, you need external storage for all the platforms. So, that's really it. They don't really talk much else about it in any of the reviews. The controller is pretty much the same as the Xbox, except it has texture to make it more grippy. It is what it is. Why would I say S-hole instead of shithole? I'm allowed to swear. YouTube doesn't ban swearing anymore. Hey, did you read my elaboration on why the Switch is a gift to you? I did not read your elaboration on that. Giveaways at the end of the stream. White Umbrella chimes in, talking about the prior news. Come on, Nate. There's no way Breath of the Wild 2, Metro Prime 4, and Bayonetta 3 will all release next year. If it doesn't happen, I want you to spend a whole year introducing yourself as Jack Lame. I never said they're coming next year, so I don't know what you're talking about. You're talking about my video? I never said they are coming next year. I said they could come next year. I never definitively said we are getting Breath of the Wild 2. In fact, in the video, I specifically mentioned that I don't think Metroid Prime 4 is coming next year. Bayonetta 3, I think, is kind of likely, but again, we haven't seen anything of it. And Breath of the Wild 2 is the most likely. But I never definitively say they're coming next year, so why would I have to introduce myself as Jack Lame? I made no promises. Yeah, I talked about a lot of things last night. All right. Robert Cope, how's your day going? You should. Spent a while typing it out for you. I don't even know where you typed it out, man. Was it on Discord? I don't even know. I am all over the place on the internet, so I have no clue where you typed it out. Was it on Twitter? I don't know. I can't keep up. Also did a mid-gen refresh so they can move the Series X to Series S price point. That is true. Are you Mr. Obvious? Obviously, randomly, am I recommended? Love your videos. Thanks, man. People need to listen to the fine print. That's right. I never promised or stated those games are coming next year. I talked about them if they could come next year. It was on my community post. Oh, it was on the community post. Okay, see? I'm glad you brought it up. So now I can go check out that community post later and respond. How's the giveaway going to work? Wait till the end of the stream to find out. All right. I guess we are to the point where it's a general Q&A, so ask your questions. Be sure to ping me in the chat at Nintendo Prime. I'm going to try to ignore questions that aren't that don't have my username pinged, because otherwise I won't be able to keep up, because there's already a lot of questions coming in. So please, at Nintendo Prime in the chat, you want me to answer your questions. You can also super chat it in. You can also donate it in and push the channel so we can get to a PlayStation 5, raising some funds for that. We're up to $110 towards our PlayStation 5 goal. But let's see here. Hopefully the alert box is working too today. I don't know. Sometimes it's not working. I restarted Streamlabs, so I hope it's working. So again, ping me in the chat if you want your questions. At Nintendo Prime in the chat. So I'm going to ignore questions until my name gets pinged for them. If people are wondering about the giveaways, or the giveaway, it'll happen at the end of the stream. I'm not going to tell you how to enter until we get to the end of the stream. Cygnus EXE is here. Appears to be working. The alerts are? How so? I haven't had a single alert come through on my end. There's all the pings coming in. Cygnus EXE says, hey, after the stream last night. Yeah, last night's stream was interesting. Let's see here. Alex Zavala says, is Three Houses your favorite Fire Emblem game? Good question. It's up there. I'm going to have to replay Awakening, but I think I like it more than Awakening. So, yeah, it's probably my favorite. Dank Studio says, what do you think of Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity? Well, from the demo, I give it an 8 out of 10. I think it's really, really good to excellent. Potentially better than that, but I need to play more. I need to get past Rat. I'm in it for the story, too, so I need to get beyond where we are now so I can really thoroughly enjoy it. John wants to know, what's my favorite Joy-Con color combo? Good question. I had them at one point. Let me grab my Switch. grab my Switch. So right now I have the gray color combo on here because that's what came with the Switch. But my favorite was actually the neon blues. So at launch, at the Nintendo Switch launch, I bought a gray Switch, just like this one. But then I also bought an extra set at launch. I bought it, I think I ordered them from Walmart. So I got them from a different store because I got my Switch from GameStop because they didn't have these on order. So I ordered a pair of the neon blues because they're like Nintendo Prime Blue. And if people don't know, that light blue, sky blue color is my favorite color. So literally from launch, that was my favorite color of Joy-Cons. Is like you can say color combos. I don't like doing the different combos of colors. So, and I've never owned any other Joy-Con colors besides the Splatoon ones. Yeah, I had the Splatoon, the pink and green, but I got those for my son. So I haven't seen a lot of the color combos in person. Clayton St. COR says, what's the happening with YouTube monetization today? Things are still zeroed out for October and most of September. $4,000 that was in my account is flushed down the toilet by YouTube. So don't really have any updates other than I'm still blackballed by YouTube. And I'm probably still blackballed in November here too. Because I've seen no indication that has changed. And now I'm getting a phone call. So 1 second. Sorry, that was my fiance on the phone. She's out having some fun, and the low light came on our Dodge Durango, and she was wondering, "Hey, what the hell? What does this mean?" Well, it meant the low range was on, but she couldn't get it to shut off. And I'm like, "Well, sometimes when you flip the knob from all-wheel drive to low range, you really got to jam it, and then it'll turn off the low range because low range gives you worse gas mileage. It's better in some situations for off-roading, but." Anyways, don't need to get too much into it, but that's what that phone call was about. Let me get back to your guys' questions. So yeah, YouTube monetization, they're still screwing me. It is what it is. Nothing I can do about it. Unless I want to sue Google and I just can't afford to sue Google. Michael Orlando says, do you think a Zelda collection next year is going to happen? Absolutely. They're going to do a Zelda collection next year. You missed out a lot on the older games. I think they're not going to give you a lot of the older games. I think they're going to give you like Twilight Princess HD, the Wind Waker HD, and then maybe one other game like Skyward Sword or something in a pack. I don't think you're going to get like the old games. That, granted, a lot of the old games are already on Switch on the NES and SNES app. Let's see here. Emerald Temple 444 says, should I start playing Legend of Zelda? I mean, yes. That's up to you. I mean, if you're into Zelda. Please Pineapple says, are you happy Breath of the Wild is part of a trilogy now? Sure. Yep. I mean, it doesn't hurt. Cephas Gaming says, what is your favorite free-to-play game on Switch? Probably Fortnite. It's the game I play the most of the free-to-play games. So, I mean, if Among Us would come over to Switch, I'd probably play a bunch of that too. Glovian Gaming says, what's your opinion about Halo Infinite release being pushed back to next year? It sounds like the game is done, but people want it to be more visually impressive, so they're clearly focusing on the visuals and trying to make them impressive. So my thoughts are not a good move, but I get it. They want it to look next gen. They might even be dropping Xbox One support to do it. So if they decide to drop Xbox One support, then I have some pretty high expectations, since all they're doing right now is visual enhancements. But we shall see. What the heck happened to my... God, I gotta get a new mouse pad thing. Narchu7654 says, the game explains... Game Explain. Put out more info about Rivali and Va Ruta, a little gameplay in Age of Calamity. Yeah, I haven't seen their video yet. Favorite game this year, says Bub Mario. I keep saying Animal Crossing, but let me actually look. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Animal Crossing for now, though. Age of Calamity is probably gonna be my favorite this year when it's all said and done. Let me see here. Make sure to ping me in the chat, guys. You want your questions answered. What are your opinions about Pikmin 3? Pikmin 3 is great. Pikmin 3 Deluxe is even better. I played the hell out of Pikmin 3 and beat it on Wii U. If you like strategy games and you've never played Pikmin, go pick up Pikmin 3. If you like Pikmin 1 and 2 and you missed out on 3 because you didn't own a Wii U, go pick up Pikmin 3 Deluxe. If you just want to replay it or enjoy the new extra missions, go ahead and go pick it up. I personally am not picking up Pikmin 3 Deluxe because I don't think the new content is worthwhile enough for my money, but doesn't mean it's not a great game, because it is. And I'm glad it's here on Switch, and I hope it leads to a Pikmin 4. Only It's Me Re1 says, would you recommend 3 Houses for somebody who has never played a Fire Emblem game? Sure. What's cool about Fire Emblem is you can start with any of the games. There's not really like a specific game that you should start with. You can start with any of them. They kind of all stand on their own. Do you think Call of Duty game will come to the Switch by Cloud Gaming? Not this year. Next year, though? Maybe next year, but it won't happen this year. Blue is a good combo, thanks. How are those third-party Joy-Cons treating you? Just fine. Just fine. I got them over there on my table. I use them when I'm playing in TV mode a lot. I use them more in TV mode than I do on the side of my system. I still use my normal Joy-Cons on the side. Basically, I don't take these Joy-Cons off anymore. But I've gotten into this habit now because I have these and I have those third-party ones and I have the Pro controller and I have this controller that, like, I get in this habit now where I just don't remove Joy-Cons unless I need to. It's weird. I don't know. I have a problem for once. I have a problem where I have too many controllers for my Switch. So now I just have so many controllers just laying all over the place. I even have wired controllers that I don't use anymore. They're back here. Now, can you see it? Yeah, one of them's that red one, right? That red Power Mario controller there. That's a wired one that I don't use anymore. There's a Donkey Kong one, too, somewhere. I don't know what oh, yeah, the Donkey Kong one is just off camera, like right here. There's a Donkey Kong one that I don't use anymore either, but the Donkey Kong one looks really cool. Let's see here. What's your opinion on the possibility of a Sonic Adventures remake? Highly possible next year. Is Pumpkin Man okay? Mr. Pumpkin is put away in storage over here. I need to get a new stuffed animal out. Let's see here. Clayton St. CYR says, awful news about YouTube. They need to fix their shit. Did you play Mario 3D All-Stars as much as you expected you would? Yup. Tried it out for a few days, and that's it. That's all I ever expected that I would do with it. I don't have interest in replaying old games. So, unless they fully remastered them or remade them, I got no reason to really play them. Putting them in HD is not a good enough reason. Optimus Prime. I knew my mic was muted. I was talking on the phone. It looked like it was over because we were doing a video call, and I set the phone kind of down here, and then I was looking up some information for her about the light on the car, why the light was on. Mr. Pumpkin, he's put away in storage, which is in the other room over there. Hey, Nate. Hello. Nate speaking. YouTube representative. Hi. We heard your subscriber's suggestion and decided to return your lost revenue, but only if you change your handle to Jack Lame. I do love the Jack Lame reference that you brought up from before. Love Anchorman. Favorite game for this year? I already answered that one. Scrolling on down. Smazzle SP64 says, what's your first Nintendo game? Punch-Out. Right? That's Nintendo. Punch-Out. Have I seen the new PlayStation videos? No. Not yet. Mako says, is Pumpkin Man okay? He is fine. Do you think Call of Duty will come on the Switch in cloud gaming? Next year. Not this year. What games do you think will be in the Zelda collection? The Wind Waker HD, Twilight Princess HD, because they already exist, and Skyward Sword HD. John says, they hired the story campaign guy, Joseph Staten. I think Halo Infinite has a lot more issues than just graphics. Well, according to Phil Spencer, the game is done. Everything right now is visual enhancements. That's coming from Phil Spencer. Now, you don't have to believe him, but you got to remember there's going to be DLC. Like, you guys know the game's going to have DLC, right? Including story DLC. So, they're still making stuff, just not for the main game. Does that make sense? Hope that makes sense. Been loving the recent content. Will you be picking up Need for Speed Hot Pursuit next week? No, I will not be. Not really a Need for Speed guy. It is fun to play once in a while. But Big Time Story says, do you have Mario Home Circuit? You mean the Mario Kart Live Home Circuit? No, I do not. It is on the Christmas list for my kids, so we might have it this holiday. Let's see here. Weird flex. What was I flexing? Did I have too many controllers? Your PlayStation 5 is a shipping date of November 13th, 18th. Yeah, that's bound to happen. I gotta check my Xbox Series X shipping date. I got mine from Target. Actually, I think it's easier to check on my phone, because I don't think I have my login saved on my computer. So let me go to my phone and check Target. Target the stuff for you. See if it's got a new shipping date for me or not. Orders. Pre-ordered. Placed at 10:17 a.m. on September 22nd. Pre-ordered. I don't know. Yeah. Pretty sure mine's not going to arrive on launch date. Estimated window is November 11th to the 16th. So I might not even have it till the following week. I should have the S, as long as I have the money to pay it off. I should have the S on launch day because I got that pre-ordered at a local GameStop. But so I can still do a live stream that day. But the big liquid metal live stream I have planned with 3 camera angles, the 3 camera angles. Man, I got a lot of setup to do for that one. Do you always clean your Switch? No, I don't always clean my Switch. Like, you can see it right now. Does that look like I always clean my Switch? You're probably looking at that with your OCD or whatever, and you're like, oh my God, clean that! No, I don't always clean my Switch. Would you like to donate to the less fortunate? If I had the spare money to do so, I would. I do giveaways and stuff, but I don't have like a ton of money, man, at all. I mean, I'm fundraising to buy a PlayStation 5. Like, I do not have a lot of money, especially after YouTube jacked a bunch of money. Am I going to get the Game & Watch? Probably not. Can I bring out my dog? Not right now. Who do you want to see in Smash Bros. Ultimate? My dog's outside right now. Who do you want to see in Smash Bros. Ultimate DLC next? I'm going to keep it until I get it. Conquer. I have one answer. Conquer, conquer, conquer. How well do you think Chapter 2 of Fortnite holds up to the first one so far? I haven't played all the parts of all the Fortnite DLC or not DLC, but all the changes, so I don't know. I enjoy the Marvel stuff. I think it's kind of cool. Wait, is Ron Burgundy a YouTube representative? Ron Burgundy. Optimus Deonti says, I just got 3D All-Stars, but I'm bored. What game do you recommend to play on Switch? I don't know, what games do you have? If you don't like 3D All-Stars, it's cool. There's thousands of games on Switch. Go in the eShop and see what tickles your fancy. You know, you can go by bestsellers and all this stuff and just watch trailers and look at screenshots, see what tickles your fancy. Sonic is getting his 30th anniversary next year. Do you think he will have a collection too? Yes. Taker610 says, I really hope Mario Galaxy 2 was held back because Nintendo is thoroughly reworking the controls for it and for Skyward Sword HD. Both come out next year. I don't think Mario Galaxy 2 at this point is going to come out at all. My opinion on that has changed. As for Skyward Sword HD, the original controls would work fine, and they could remap things to work fine too, as we have done with emulators. So I don't think things need to be reworked as much as people think they need to be. Do you think Bowser's Fury is a level or a world? World. I think it's a world with like 10 levels or something. I have not done the giveaway yet, no. Well, Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory being released, do you think any other Kingdom Hearts games will come to Switch? No, because they said they're not going to bring any to Switch. So no. Straight from their horse's mouth. They said they're not bringing them. So not even like 1 or 2 or 2.5 or anything. Nope. Just not getting them. They straight up said, we're not getting them. So, which I think is dumb, but what are you going to do? Am I excited for 3D World? I mean, I'm excited for Bowser's Fury. 3D World, like, it's a great game, but I played and beat the hell out of it back on Wii U. Kind of like Pikmin 3 Deluxe. So for me, buying 3D World is going to come down to Bowser's Fury and how much content that adds. If it adds enough content I'm interested in, then I'll pick it up. Because I know it's a game me and Yulia will play together. How much is the eShop card? You'll find out when I do the giveaway. What's your opinion on next-gen games like Spider-Man Miles Morales coming to last-gen hardware? That's normal. Games are cross-gen. Like, this just happened, guys. PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4. Xbox 360, Xbox One. Everything was pretty much cross-gen for 2 years. What? It's not any different now. Oh, no, it's cross-gen. Yeah, almost everything is going to be cross-gen. They're not just going to leave 100 million-plus audience behind. They're not dumb. They need to make money. They don't really make money on the PlayStation 5, not for like the first couple of years. So shockingly, during those first couple of years when they don't really make money on the new platform, they're still selling all their games on the old one because that's where they make money. I don't know if people know that. The Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 are being sold at a loss, guys. Microsoft and Sony are not making money on these platforms. They won't be making money on these platforms for a while. So yeah, of course things are cross-gen. They're not dumb. They're businesses. They want to make money. You're playing Owlboy and you're loving it on Switch? Cool. But did you beat Champions Road on 3D World? Yes, I did. I 100% in 3D World. And it's weird to say that. I don't 100% games very much, but Yulia really loved 3D World, so we played it a lot. I mean, hundreds of hours we sunk into that game. We beat it together. You think it's going to be a small open world type of DLC? How about you? I think it's going to be a world that has multiple levels. Like, the little bit we saw of it looks just like a Mario 3D World level. Like, there's open levels in Mario 3D World. So, I think it's just what we saw was just that. And I think it's a new world that's going to have at least 10 levels in it. Can you give us your thoughts on Pokemon Collection or Nintendo Kart? Nintendo Kart will never happen. It's always just going to be Mario Kart. Pokemon Collection, like a collection of Pokemon games, I don't think that's going to happen either. I don't think the Pokemon Company cares to do that. Guys, if you have a question, make sure you ping my username in the chat. Now, do you think Nintendo will make a 4K system just for pricing games at $70? No. Nintendo doesn't care that game prices are going to $70. They don't care about that. They don't care about that at all. So, no. If they do 4K, it's because they think they need to. Or because they think it'll sell well. Should they do a remake trilogy for Pac-Man World, just like Crash Insane Trilogy? Should they do a remake trilogy for Pac-Man? They could, I suppose. There are Pac-Man platforming games. I don't really remember many of them because they weren't that great. But I 100% Super 3D Land. Did you 100% that as well? No, I did not. 100%. I didn't really play. I'm not much of a handheld gamer. Like, in terms of the old handhelds. I owned them, and I played certain games, like the Zelda games. I played them all. But I did not do that. No. What is your opinion on haptic feedback for the PlayStation 5? I haven't. Well, that's not true. I have experienced it for myself. I totally forgot that I actually held the controller. It's basically, it's HD Rumble. Guys, have you experienced what HD Rumble feels like? Like played 1-2 Switch or something? It's HD Rumble is what it is. Now, if you mean the triggers, those are called adaptive triggers, not haptic feedback triggers. Haptic feedback is just the rumble in the controller, which is it's HD Rumble. There's no other way. It's literally their version of HD Rumble, and it's really good. I don't think it's going to be used in a ton of games, but it's good. What do you think about Final Fantasy Remake coming to the Switch in the form of cloud? Yes, I'd like to have it than not have it. What do you think about Super Meat Boy Forever? Haven't played it. Looks fun. Favorite controller of all time? Yours is the Wavebird. Of all time, probably the Xbox One controller. But maybe it'll be the DualSense. I have no idea. Do you think the Switch games are overpriced, even though they are going to buy it anyways? Do I think the Switch games are overpriced? What do you mean? What Switch games are overpriced? You have to be more specific. You can't just generalize and say all Switch games, because Switch games are different prices. So what do you mean, Zachariah? What's the next Wii U title that deserves the Switch port treatment? Xenoblade Chronicles X? Literally the most obvious one out there. Xenoblade Chronicles X needs to come to Switch. Have you played the Portal games? Yes. Cool. Should I buy a Switch on Black Friday or wait for the upgrade? You always buy a platform based on if there's enough games to play it right now. You can't worry about something that's not even announced. And you can always trade it in and get some of your money back. What about Zelda Majora's Mask? I also 100% that as well. Did you? I did not 100% it. I don't think. Nope, because I've never unlocked the Fierce Deity Mask. But I obviously beat it, but I didn't actually 100% it. But I blame my gold cartridge back in the day deleting my save file for that. Do you think they will bring Galaxy 2 and 3D Land to 3D All Stars? No. Did you get the PlayStation 5 for review? I did not get any review units of anything. And right now, I'm fundraising for a PlayStation 5 with the donation link down in the description. That should let you know that, no, I don't have a PlayStation 5, nor do I have one pre-ordered. And even if I did have one pre-ordered, like there was a point that I could have had one pre-ordered, I didn't have the money at the time. So, I am fundraising for a PlayStation 5. I was hoping to pay for it with YouTube revenue, but YouTube took my money. They erased $4,000. That's how I was going to pay for the PlayStation 5. So, now I'm fundraising for it. We're at $110 on that fundraiser, so we'll see what happens. Can we hit 100 views? I think we did earlier in the stream before I got my phone call. Do you think Nintendo will make the Legend of Zelda collection next year limited, like the Mario 3D collection? Yup. Of course they will, because it's Nintendo. Do you believe that Bowser will be playable in the 3D World remake? Good question. I'm going to go with no, but who knows? It's possible. Like Kirby Star Allies, the really short ones for $60. Obviously, I think those are a little overpriced. You know, I think they should be like 40, maybe 50 at the most. But Nintendo is going to keep doing it, so when I win the lottery, you'll buy me a PlayStation 5. Well, thanks, SSRCR85. Thank you for thinking of me when you win your millions and heck, maybe billions at the lottery. Thank you for thinking of good old Nintendo Prime over here. How many PlayStation 5s could you get with the revenue YouTube withheld? Well, let me see. I get free shipping, so let's see here. Taxes included. It's about $530 a pop. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could have got 7 PlayStation 5s with the revenue YouTube withheld from me. 7 PlayStation 5s. It's including tax. 8 without tax. Do you think Nintendo will add more NES and SNES games to the Switch? Well, sure, because they've been slowly adding more. Am I going to care? Probably not. N64 Mini in 2021, I think the boat has sailed. I don't think Nintendo's doing a Mini. I think they're all in on Switch, and that's all they're focusing on right now. Switch and then whatever the next thing after Switch is. When will I be able to get a Series S if I didn't get a pre-order, and how? Show up to the stores day one. Microsoft has already confirmed they're going to have units of Series S and Series X available in store day one. You don't have to have a pre-order. You can go in and pick one up. Now, are they going to sell out? Probably. But you can go wait in line in store and get one. Now, obviously, be safe, COVID, all that jazz. But I'm just telling you that if you really want one, day one, there will be units available in the store. You just broke my heart with, yeah, I just broke your heart with that math. Yeah, it's a lot of money. It's not some pocket change. It's a significant amount of money that YouTube is flushed down the toilet. So nothing I can do about it. Do you think Nintendo will have a Mario 35 with a price tag? Maybe. They did it with Tetris 99, but they kept Tetris 99 there. So I don't... It's kind of weird. I don't know. Maybe. That's all I can say. Have I ever played Super Mario RPG? Yup. If so, what did I think about it? I think it's really good. Like, I don't... What would you like me to say about it? I haven't played it in so long. It's hard to like say specific things about it. I just remember having a really good time with it. It was a long time. What was that? SNES days? That was a long time ago. Maybe it was N64 now that I'm thinking about it. Maybe I'm getting everything confused. There's been a lot of Mario games. Why was it so hard to find your Switch? I don't know. Zachariah Balta, do you think they should do a Kirby Dream Land remake with better graphics? Hell yeah. Do you believe it will get new bosses like Cat Boom Boom or something different in 3D World Remake? Yes. I don't know if we'll get Cat Boom Boom exactly, but I mean, yes, there'll be new bosses. Ping NP. That's not how you ping. It's you do the @ symbol and then Nintendo Prime. What about PlayStation 5 on release day? You cannot get them in store on release day. PlayStation 5 will only be available online. Sony announced they're not giving stores any units to put on store shelves. So yeah, if you have a pre-order like a GameStop, you can pick it up that day. But they're not giving GameStop any units they can put on store shelves. They cited COVID, that they're not going to do it because of COVID. Which means you have to compete with millions of people at the same time to try to get one on launch if you didn't get a pre-order in. Good luck. Good luck. To me, they're just promoting scalping by doing it, by the way. Like, I understand they're trying to protect people with COVID, while by making them only available online on launch day, the extra units, they're literally just promoting scalping to the extreme. Scalpers win. The moment they made that announcement, I'm like, God damn it, scalpers win. They win. You can't go in store and buy a unit. They win. That was the one way to combat scalpers is that, hey, you can go to your local store and buy one. Nope. It's all online. So Scalp City for PlayStation 5. Do you think they'll bring the Master Chief Collection to Switch? No. Do you think there'll be a Paper Mario All-Stars for Switch? No. I'm so negative. No. I don't know. That's the honest truth, though. I don't think there will be. Glovian Gaming says, do you think they should do a remake of Super Mario RPG? They should, but they won't. What current gen game, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, do you need a sequel on next gen consoles? Current gen. I didn't play a lot of non-Switch games this generation. I kind of feel like I missed out this generation on a lot of stuff. Because I really didn't play much but Wii U and Switch. And I played some third-party stuff, but Sunset Overdrive was really good. Like, Sunset Overdrive was extremely good. And hardly anyone played it. And it really needs a sequel, and it's not going to get one. That game was so good. Really quick pace to the combat in that game. I really liked it. Good question. Interesting question. Do you think they should allow you to play your DS games on the Switch soon? There's no DS emulator, and there's no ability. There's no way to stick a DS cartridge in it. So no. I'm just gonna say no. I just got an email that my Series X is shipped. You lucky bastard. Where'd you get your Series X from, Brian C? The Amazon. I have an Amazon one, but that's going to somebody else. In hindsight, I should have tried to switch my Target pre-order and send it to him and have my Amazon one come to me, because the Amazon one's going to arrive on Tuesday, whereas my Target one's not going to arrive for might even be a week after. Do you think Nintendo Selects will come back for the Switch? Eventually, yeah. I think they'll bring it back. Super Mario RPG versus Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. God, that's a tough one. I'll probably lean Thousand Year Door, but that's more recency bias. I'd have to go back and replay them both before I can give a full opinion on that. Would Persona 3 Portable be playable on the 3DS? I have no idea. I've never played a Persona game, so. Safety is more important than stopping scalpers, says Jaman Debop. Sure. Keep in mind that a lot of stores are like, you call, you buy, you drive by, and you pick it up. I honestly don't feel any less safe doing that than I do having some Amazon employee drop it off at my door. Just being honest. Here's the thing, I'm just throwing this out here. I appreciate the safety argument. People are already going to stores anyways. Walmart is packed. GameStop is packed. All these stores are packed. People are going out on Black Friday. Like, do you honestly think PlayStation is not going to have units on store shelves for Black Friday? Just be honest. Do you really think they're not going to put units on store shelves for Black Friday? That they're going to give up Black Friday sales? Let me also pose this to you. If Sony really cared about safety over everything else, then why can I go into Walmart right now and buy all the accessories? I can buy the controllers. I can buy the camera. I can do it all in person right now. I can buy the games. You can go in person right now. So is this safety argument for Sony legit? Or does Sony just not have any units they can send to stores because they don't actually exist yet? So they can take online orders and then delay the shipping of them, and then you get them 3 weeks later. I think the truth of it is they don't have any extra units to put on store shelves, but they're going to claim they do so people can order them online on launch day and then not get them for 2 weeks. I think that's the real truth of it. Because they have no problem selling you the accessories in person, no problem selling you the games in person. So why not the system? I don't think safety is the real reason. Just my opinion. I didn't make a video on it because it's baseless speculation. Not exactly baseless, since I guess you can buy stuff in person already for PlayStation 5. But, like, if they care about safety, I will literally eat a pair of my underwear if they do not stock PlayStation 5s in person for Black Friday. But I guarantee you it has nothing to do with safety. That's what they're saying because it sounds good. I'll believe it if they don't put any PlayStation 5s on store shelves for Black Friday. If they do not do that. Okay? If they don't supply for Black Friday, then I will believe they're doing it for safety. Because that means they're putting safety ahead of profits. Because you got to remember, there are people that don't shop online. So even though I think PlayStation 5 would sell out if all their units were online only for a while, you would lose word-of-mouth marketing. Because people wouldn't see it in person. They would see these games and these accessories they can buy for a system they've never seen. Let's see here. Do I think Nintendo's going to stay on the path of hybrid handheld consoles? Do you think they'll separate back to hand? No, they're not going back to separate. You got yours from Microsoft. Yeah, the Microsoft ones are going to be on time, if not early. So, congrats, man. I tried to get mine from Microsoft. Could not get it to work. That's why I ended up at Target. I believe you fight a creature summoned by the Koopaline, and at the end of the world, you would fight a Koopaline in that perspective airship or planet. Possible. Have I checked out Game On Daily? I don't even know who they are. I also believe that Mario Galaxy 3 would have 3 other Koopalines. Do you think that Nintendo will bring Bluetooth background streaming coming to Switch Pro? I hope so. Do you think they will have Game Boy for Switch Online? No. Do you think Nintendo will ever make Mario Party for smartphones? No. Are you going to be subscribing to Xbox Game Pass? Yes. Not the first time somebody will have died over Black Friday. Very true. Yeah, dude. People die when there isn't a pandemic on Black Friday. People are dumb. So, accessories don't start mobs. So, I don't know what it's like in a city, but I have gone to system launches for like everything. I was at the Xbox One last time. I've been at a PlayStation one before and Nintendo stuff. I've never seen mobs. It's just a line of people. I've never seen mobs. I've never seen fighting. The stores come out and give you literal tickets and numbers now. You don't even have to stay in line anymore. Like what stores do is, and this isn't a COVID thing. They've been doing this for a while. You go there, they come out, they give you a little sticker. I showed it when I was getting the Xbox Series S pre-order. They give you a little sticker or a little coupon that says, you have your item reserved. Be here, be back at this time to get the item. You don't show up, then they sell it to somebody else. They kind of made it so mobbing is not really possible anymore. It's all, you already know ahead of time if you're going to get one or not. So, do you think that it will have a Game Boy for Switch? I already read that. Do Do you think Nintendo will need to build in party chat and Messenger? I think they need to, but they won't. Do you think they should remake Super Mario Brothers 1? No. Never remake that one. Too classic. Are you serious about eating your underwear? Absolutely. If they don't have PlayStation 5s in stock, I will blend that SOB up and enjoy it. Who's my favorite Koopaline? I don't know if I really have a favorite. Have I played Minecraft? I have, but I don't really like it, so I have not done that part that you talked about with the dragon. Didn't even know there was a dragon. You've never been to a big game launch in the city? I highly recommend trying it sometime if COVID ends Wednesday. No thanks. I don't like cities. No thanks. Pass. I don't even like going to cities to go to Mall of America and stuff. I like Mall of America. I don't like that I have to drive through Minneapolis to get there. I do not like cities. I'm not a city life person. I'll never be a city life person. I've been to LA. I've been to New York City. I got to specify New York City because New York's a state. I have been to a lot of big cities. I do not like it. There are things about it that are enjoyable, but I don't like being around that many people. Even this is without a pandemic. I just don't like it. I don't trust it. I don't trust people in general. I definitely don't trust people in a city. Don't like it. I prefer small communities. I'm pretty sure the staff in stores will be snatching all available PlayStation 5 ports available to the public and selling them on eBay. Well, I mean, they're not going to be able to do that because they're not getting any in store to do that. Of course, I played Fortnite. I think it's fun. Yes. Speaking of the giveaway, I'm going to do it right now because I have to go outside for my kids. So, we're giving away a $10 eShop gift card right now. To enter, all you have to do is type in the stream, I want to win. That's it. One time. One time. If you do it twice, you will be disqualified. One time. I want to win. Type it out in the chat. I actually don't like Animal Crossing. Let's go to the city. To be completely honest. Traffic's horrible in all cities that I've been to. I'll give you guys a moment to enter here. The chat's probably about to break. YouTube's about to yell at me. But I got to make this quick because I do have to go outside. My kids are going to be home in 5 minutes. You don't have to at me, Jared Brooks. It doesn't increase your chances. Yep, 89 people now. That one guy with multiple tabs of different accounts. Incognito mode. Amanya, you have been disqualified. You did not follow the rules. I said do not type it out multiple times. Ryan Lisa got rid of the comments because he didn't follow the rules. All right. Entries are going to be cut off. Entries are going to be cut off in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm going to put something in the chat. Boom. So I just cut off the entries. All right. All right. And the winner is... Click my little button here. All right, I have to double check for multiple entries here on this person quick. Making sure they didn't enter twice. Gotta make sure all the rules are followed, you know. Yep, the rules were followed. All right, the winner is SSRCR. Congrats, man. Congratulations. Contact me on Twitter or on Discord, man, and I'll get you your code. All right? SSRCR85. Know what's up? Contact me on Twitter or Discord, and I'll get you your code. You were 2 seconds late. Happens. Just a quick little $10 one. You won a $10 eShop gift card. SSRCR85. Didn't even know what he was entering for. Just $10 today. Again, YouTube screwed me, so I can't be doing these big $100 plus giveaways anymore. Or for a while. So, I thank you guys. Hope you had a good time at the stream. I'll catch you guys later. Again, contact me, man, on Twitter, at NintyPrime, or my DMs are open on there, or hit me up on Discord server. Peace out, guys. You guys are awesome.